You get what? Terrible
Bad
posture?
posture.
I do too.
Yeah, you're just starting to pixelate on me.
It was asking me why I keep wriggling around, and it's my chair. It's my music chair. I'm trying to strengthen my core, so leave me alone.
Oh, a core. You have no core.
How are you on this Sunday?
Fine. Are we going to start doing traffic reports?
We can. They'd be pretty easy to do.
I think it's probably the same Subaru going up and down the street, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the same, probably the same.
That's the guy.
Right. Anyway,
I mentioned, did you, okay, so that's my question. So it is a possibility, right? Traffic copter, the whole schmear.
Yeah, we'll get Dave
I think
Rosen.
that'd be fun.
We're talking about Dave Rosen. We got to get him on in the coming days. Yep. The dawn of a new age. I have a list of things here. Do you want to go first, or shall I go?
I guess I already did because of traffic reports, but then I think I should hand it back to you.
Well, I've got 4 things. First word is toaster, and I was wondering 2 seconds ago what that meant, and now I remember I cleaned the toaster today.
Who cleaned? Well, I must say I do that too. You turned it over and
I thought we'd start a list of things to do around the house.
Okay, so clean the toaster?
Clean the toaster. I pulled out the crumb tray, I rinsed it out, I put it back in, and that was it. So
when was the last time you did this merry deed?
Well, the smoke detectors went off, so I figured it was time.
Yeah, there was a baguette there from 1951, right?
Woo!
Where's the baking soda?
Woo! So that's what I cleaned the toaster. Yes, sir.
You unplugged the toaster first, did you? Why am I asking the questions that usually you ask me, which are really saying you're an idiot? Did you unplug the toaster?
We're cleaning everything. Of course, I live with a woman who cleans as a hobby. So there's stuff being cleaned here, and I hear dishes rattling and all kinds of stuff, and boxes being stuffed. And
boxes being stuffed?
Yeah.
With neighborhood kids or something like that?
Just giving things away. We're giving things away to folks who run the
Renaissance?
A Renaissance kind of a thing. We're getting food together and everything else there too. So what else have I got?
You had a good idea about helping out food banks and buying certain things, and the delivery fee goes to a food bank. I think you mentioned SAQ, but you can deliver to food banks as well.
And just a couple more suggestions here. I'll do a little bit of
okay, I just cleaning the toaster. You didn't go inside. You just turned it over and
just pulled out the crumb tray and played with it.
You didn't go in with a silverware cleaner, did you?
No. Can you see
I'm
this?
1 in a million.
Can you see folding at home on your screen?
Yes, folding at home. Yeah.
Folding at home. Let me explain this quickly. Is a system that was started by students and faculty at Stanford University. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they essentially marshal computing capacity around the world from people like you and me who install a little chunk of software on their computer, and they turn hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of home PCs into one big supercomputer. So they send out these, what they call jobs, and there are different options on the folding at home software. You'll find them, just Google folding at home. You download the software, you install it, and you can set it to run while you're away from your computer, for example, or even while you're running the computer, because it doesn't take very much in the way of computing capacity. And you are contributing drip by drab, day by day, to these important calculations that are being used to solve the situation like we're in right now, as well as cancer research and all sorts of other things. You can probably see the animation on there now, and and they explain to you how it works. I have been doing folding at home for several years now, so this is something that you might want to look into.
What kind of information are they getting from you? I mean, is it everything you've got on your computer?
No. Don't be silly. What they do is they send computing jobs to your CPU, which kind of grinds away quietly, and then it sends back the information, which they then collate and use. And So again, picture several 100,000 computers all converging into one large computing system at Stanford. And then what they can do is they can leverage all of that computing capacity. And
Oh, you're talking about taking capacity.
yeah. They're not getting
Okay.
information from you. You're
Okay.
anonymous on the system, and folding at home has been ongoing now for several years, but it has become, of course, obviously, acutely important these days. And they've had a huge jump in people downloading the software in the last couple of weeks, as you can well imagine. And I encourage you to do so. So that's called
Okay,
Fold
that's a good idea.
at Home.
No wonder people cheat to try to get kids into Stanford. They are really trendsetters apparently, right? In Palo
Right.
Alto at
Very,
doing
very,
computing stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bunch of
So
smart kids.
again, no, I know how paranoid you are about this. I'm not making light of it. No, you're not sending them any personal information. This is a bona fide system that's been operating for several years now. And again, it's called Folding at Home. It's very simple to download the information, or the software rather. It's available for Linux, Windows, and Mac. You can put it on a laptop or a PC, and it runs in the background. You even forget it's there. And if you want to look in on the software occasionally, it'll show you how much progress you're making. And actually, let me bring that up here so you can see.
So they're using my free time and my free space.
Yes, your free, what shall I call it? Your free CPU cycles, essentially. And this is what the basic screen looks like. And you see, you can select the power, light, medium, or full. You can select while I'm working or only when idle. And I've already got, see, they're using a quarter of my CPU, or have been using a quarter of my CPU capacity. Plus, they can use what they call your GPU. If you have a separate video card, they will tap into that too. And you can get into all kinds of details as to how many work units you've accomplished. They give you points, and you can identify yourself if you wish, or you can stay anonymous. But you will, when you close your screen at night, leave the PC running, of course. But when you turn off your screen at night, you will know that in the background there, while you're sleeping, the PC is contributing to study and the advancement of research into COVID-19 and everything else going on. And it's being quietly sent down the line to Stanford University in California. So that's just
CPU 4. It says it's using almost a quarter of your free space,
no,
right?
it
A quarter of what you have.
It's not the space, the capacity, but it was using that while I was away from my computer for a couple of hours. It is not functioning as we speak now because I have mine set as to only when idle, but you can click it on while I'm working if you want, or you can stop folding. You can do whatever you like. Again, there are other much more granular settings you can get in there if you're interested. If you're not, you set up the basic software and off you go.
Is this abridging any of my ability to say, let's say I raise the amount of free ability I have? Does this contribute to abridging my ability to use more?
No.
No, they're not taking anything away from me, are they?
No. The system senses when you're using, and I use mine only when idle, just for the purposes, because if we're going to be doing video conferencing like we're doing now, I want to keep the system running at top speed for all intents and purposes.
Okay, so hence the button there, only when idle.
But however, if you're just doing a bit of emailing or a bit of word processing or spreadsheeting, you can leave it while I'm working because your system is not really tapping into all that much power for your own purposes. But again,
it's not taken away from you.
No,
it is a symbiosis, if you will.
Absolutely, and it is intelligent enough to know when there's a demand on your system that it will back off and stop or slow down. And again,
that's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah.
You have these settings here, light, medium, and full. Mine's on medium, only when idle. I could set it on full, and if you find your system is acting up, which I've never seen occur, at least it depends on how old your system is as well. But if you find it's acting up, you can uninstall it. But I've never seen that happen. And I downloaded this about 3 hours ago, and I've got 14,198 work units, and they assign you points.
Oh, they're giving you. You've been a good boy in 50 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah. So you're contributing to the common wheel of these Stanford kids finding out what's wrong with COVID-19 and why the Russians are trying to destroy us.
Absolutely. Again,
Wow. Okay.
picture several million PCs in people's basements and offices and homes, all tied in here, quietly trundling away, sending information back and forth. And the Stanford guys have, I guess you could call it the equivalent of a supercomputer at their disposal, because they have all of that streaming towards California to help them with their research. So,
and this is different from the cloud, obviously. It's a different idea altogether. It's a supercomputer rather than the cloud.
Not necessarily. I think you're mixing apples and oranges there. We can talk about that some other time. So just be quiet. And speaking,
foldingathome.com.
And I have Folding at Home, and I have a quick movie suggestion for you. Again, I'm backtracking to things that I saw and have seen since we last spoke. And if you're looking for a mindless hour and a half of fun and a complete silliness, the movie called Tag, it came out, I was just thinking about that the other day, it came out in 2018. Ed Helms, John Hamm, a bunch of other people, Rashida Jones is in there, Jeremy Renner. It is a complete ridiculous romp and an absolute joy to watch when you've had a couple of drinks. So Tag.
It says only in theaters June 15th. I gather this is available on the web now?
No, that's 2018, Dave. 2018.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I've already missed it.
We're in 2020 right now. So in 2018 is when it came out. It's on a streaming service somewhere near you. So this is just my suggestion too.
Okay. I've been helping you along, haven't I?
You've been really good.
I really have. Yeah. Anything else? I thought Folding at Home, you were going to teach me how to finally fold contour sheets, but this sounds very interesting.
That's a whole other thing. You might want to too. So.
Yeah, but it's funny. I had trouble. I do the laundry. Give me that face again. God damn it. I try to talk English to the kid and he hasn't got, is this like small cars going?
You don't listen. Is that in the cloud? No, it's not in the cloud. They're going to invade Kingston. No, they're not going to invade Kingston. They're closing the border. They're closing the border to all cattle. No, stop making shit up. God, help us all. No wonder this thing isn't working.
I cleaned the Toastmasters today. So I always remember your birthday. What's that?
I will be listening attentively to what you're saying now.
Okay. I always remember your birthday. I mentioned that Marcel Proust died young. I mean, but we're not talking Mozart young because you mentioned you're reading Proust.
Yeah.
The Swan, right? I think there's something about in the Swan or the death of the Swan. Murray the Swan.
I don't know what the translation is in English. I'm reading it in the original French, but it's Marcel died when he was 32, I think, or something.
51. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I thought he was Mozart young, but he lived in the Middle Age, but he was sick all his life.
Yeah.
He had consumptive kind of problems. He finally died after many asthma attacks of pneumonia. He died just after the First World War.
So anyway, you want to cheer us up? Is that what you're doing?
Well, if you just listen to me about what I said about Kingston, I'll be proven. Check tomorrow's Globe and Mail.
The first word out of your mouth is consumption. There you go. Careful.
So I shouldn't make coughing jokes these days.
No, I got something to say about that when you're done. Continue.
Okay,
lean back because we're losing your chin again.
Okay, I have no. Well, actually, I do. I've got a fairly nice chin. Marcel Proust.
Stop touching your face.
That's right. You're right. And when I showered today, I stuffed soap up my nose a half an inch. I've been doing it at 2 inches, and I tickled my forehead. So it's a half an inch. You should be washing your face, and also with a little bit of soap, about a half inch in your nostrils.
Hell are you talking about?
Well, you said you shouldn't touch your face. We should be washing our hands all the time.
Yes. And soap up your nose?
Our face and with soap up your nostrils.
You've been reading the National Enquirer again, haven't you?
Well, that's the one with the kid who was taken and brought down in a Pepsi machine. No, check it out. Canadian Medical Association, a little soap up your nostrils.
Up your nose.
A little seltzer down your pants. Yeah. A little song. Okay, quickly, Marcel Proust. If you're really into it, His great opus, In Search of Lost Times. You
Yes,
probably want to read the
that's what
French
I'm
version.
reading. It's a collection. Yes.
Yeah, was translated into Remembrance of Things Past. Are you listening to me?
I am. I'm just getting my tablet. Continue.
Okay. In Search of Lost Time, his incredible opus, 7 volumes,
Yes.
3,200 pages, and over 2,000, more than, pardon me, 2,000 characters involved. Somerset Maugham said it was the greatest piece of literature he'd ever read. So I thought, if you're really serious about getting through this this interesting time of ours, you'd want to read his 7-volume opus.
That's what I'm reading.
No, you said you were reading the one about the swan.
No, yes. It's what is it in English? Anyway, that's what
time.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the soap up your nose thing here. So
No, you said you were reading the one about the swan, which is 1 volume. It's one of his
yes,
better.
But I have all 40 of them on my tablet, so I have to.
Jesus, that doesn't take too much space up.
No, it's just.
I'm amazed this guy wrote this stuff lying on the sofa all the time, thinking about his.
That's the point I'm getting at too. It's amazing where it will take you one moment to the next. And getting back to your face, I was listening to an epidemiologist on BBC this morning, and she was saying the average person touches his or her face 20 to 30 times an hour. And she was saying in the handful of things, no pun intended, that you can do, washing your hands and other basic things and staying away from other folks and social distancing, as they call it, is to stop touching your face. And try to keep your arms below your shoulders. And I'm going to have to give her a call and ask her about this soap up your nose shit, because I haven't heard about that.
Do you, after all these years, don't you trust me?
No. I have a nose hair trimmer that I use, but not the soap.
But you're right about the reflexive action. We don't even think about it. We do this, we do that, we do this, we do this. You
do a lot of that.
I do, yeah. But actually, my big problem is not touching my face.
I went through all of the videos we recorded in the last few days, and all of them have you doing this. So I took all the stills of you doing this off. So I'm hoping that they get down the line there where they show up. When somebody in Malaysia starts watching us, they'll see you just sort of smiling and your chin disappearing into the camera.
Sure, I'm crazy. This is a guy who's cleaning his toaster.
Wait,
Good
yeah.
for you. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Geez, I didn't know I bought white bread that day.
Just touch your face again, and I'm putting my frozen food in alphabetical order.
You know what? You're not kidding.
Yeah. All right, that's enough for now.
Yeah.
We will talk.
I think we found a dynamic there. I really do. Yeah.
We will speak Monday.
Resentment, loathing, and anger. Yeah.
Stop touching your face.
Just put that on as an epilogue, would you?
Yes.